It happened a long time ago, during my young years. I was walking to a Toys R Us with my family, and we were just walking through the aisles, looking at the toys and stuff. And then we came across the gaming section, or at least a shelf that's right next to it. And then the shelf that we saw had a specific game for the DS. And the game that caught my attention that day was a little DS game called Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. When I first laid my eyes on that box art, it got me thinking, what is this game like? But that thought didn't really matter to me that much because it had three names I known: Mario, Luigi, and Bowser. And during at that time, the two Nintendo gaming systems that I owned was the Nintendo Wii and the Nintendo DS. So of course I did eventually get the game, and just looking at the card, which, looks pretty nice. And of course I brought the DS out, and then insert the game in it. And then after starting the game, I was introduced to this. It's so beautiful. And no, I'm being serious. This title screen alone is just the epitome of my childhood. If Super Mario Galaxy was my all-time favorite game on the Nintendo Wii, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story would have to be my all-time favorite game on the Nintendo DS. Sorry Mario Party DS and sorry Mario Kart DS, but I prefer Bowser's Inside Story. Oh, and sorry to New Super Mario Brothers. Now I know what some of you guys might be thinking. What does Bowser's Inside Story have to do with the title of the video? Well, allow me to explain. Once upon a time, there lived two brothers, one pro and one noob. Look at that, the noob is playing his all-time favorite game on Nintendo DS. But unfortunately, he sucks at the game, and he kept dying to the same enemy multiple times. That must have sucked, but until the next day, he kept on dying again, and again, and again, and then again, until his mind was nothing but... yeah, that. So, the new brother basically gave up on the game and decided to give the game to his pro brother. And so the pro brother decided to play the game because the new brother says the game's too hard, it sucks. But then, the noob realizes the pro was actually getting good at the game. He's seeing that the pro was actually getting to parts of the game that he wasn't able to get to before. And so the noob thought, I wonder how I can do that. And then, 1 decade later, the noob became another pro. And as another pro, the pro decided to replay a game he wasn't able to beat before. So, when the noob turned pro went back to replay a childhood game of his on a Nintendo DS, this time he played the game differently. He actually leveled up everything from the 3 characters until he got up to the final boss. And once he got to the final boss, sure, it only took like, 2 attempts, but on the second attempt, this happened. He did it after replaying his childhood game 1 decade later, and the journey lasted for a couple of days. He has finally beaten Bowser's Inside Story. And the pre-new brother was finally happy knowing that he finally completed a game he wasn't able to beat back then. And when he showed his accomplishment to his pro brother was proud of him. Now knowing how much his little brother has evolved. Now, before we end things off here, I would just like to answer a question that has come to my mind. What made me got into gaming, like with Mario, Sonic, and many other video games? Like, what got me into video games in general? And my answer is my brother. Because if it weren't for my brother, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. And I want to say thank you, Chris, for all the good times we have and for making all of this possible. I'm gonna miss you, Chris. And I just want you to know that I love you, and I'm gonna miss you. Goodbye, Chris. Me and my family will miss you very much.